Welcome back to the deep dive. So today we're going to get into something pretty specific, something that's all about industrial resilience.
We are. We're looking at the NTI E-TLD-25 tape-style liquid detector.
Exactly. And when you think about places like data centers or other, critical infrastructure, you need more than just a simple water alarm.
Oh, absolutely.
Our mission here is to really unpack how these systems work. I mean, what makes this 25-foot tape so reliable? Why is it even a tape to begin with?
It's a great piece of gear to examine because it really highlights the whole prevention versus remediation thing. We usually picture a flood detector as, what, one single sensor on the floor?
Right. A little white box.
Yeah, but here the tech is completely different. The core of it is this long, self-adhesive sensor tape. It's got two copper fiber electrodes embedded inside it.
And the alarm goes off when water connects them.
Any conductive liquid, yeah. It just has to bridge that tiny gap between the electrodes.
Okay, so let's get right into that. Why the tape format? I mean, wouldn't it be simpler to just put a dozen spot detectors around the room?
That's a really good question, and it gets to the heart of it. A tape gives you continuous, unbroken coverage. Think about running it along the base of an entire server rack or...
Or under a long run of pipes?
Exactly. But the really amazing part is the sensitivity. We're not talking about waiting for some big puddle to form.
So how sensitive is it?
This thing can register a minimum puddle diameter of just 0.125 inches.
Wait, that's 3 millimeter.
3 millimeters. It's tiny.
Why is that so important? I mean, that level of precision seems almost like overkill.
Well, think about it. In a high-density server room, you want to catch a pinhole leak, a single drop, before it ever has a chance to pool or spread.
Before it starts wicking up into cables and causing real damage.
Precisely. If you wait for a standard sensor to get submerged, you've already lost critical time.
Okay, that makes sense. But what about the tape itself? You've got 25 feet of this sensor running under equipment, maybe in a hard-to-reach place. How do you know the whole thing is, still working?
And that's the critical feature. That's the peace of mind part.
Right.
The system runs a continuous tape integrity self-check. It's constantly monitoring itself.
So if someone accidentally cuts the tape, or it gets damaged.
It doesn't just fail silently. It alerts you immediately that the monitoring system itself has a problem. It's a diagnosis before the disaster.
And I'm guessing this all needs to be powered and integrated with a central unit.
Yeah, it draws a pretty minimal amount of power, about 60 mA, from one of the main NTI monitoring units it plugs into.
Okay.
And what's also really interesting, especially for government or institutional buyers, is that the detector is TAA compliant.
TAA compliant. Can you break that down?
Sure. It just means it complies with the U.S. Trade Agreements Act. So it's made either in the U.S. or in an approved partner country, which is a requirement for a lot of federal contracts.
Got it. And you mentioned this was the 25-foot model. Is that the only option?
Not at all. And this is where it gets really smart in terms of application. They offer huge scalability.
How so?
You can get this tape in 10-foot, 25, 50, all the way up to a 100-foot run.
100 feet. Wow. So you can cover a massive area.
A massive area. And you're not just buying hardware, you're scaling your investment to your actual risk profile. Detect is the same, whether it's for a small server closet or a giant industrial floor.
You're paying for exactly the coverage you need.
Exactly.
So to sort of wrap this all up for you, what we're seeing is that sophisticated flood detection isn't that complicated at its core. It's a simple principle, right?
Right. Conductive liquid bridges, two copper fibers.
But it's backed up by that extreme sensitivity and, I think most importantly, the self-checking feature that makes sure your safety net is actually there.
Which really leads to a final, bigger question, doesn't it? When you see that you can scale this protection from 10 feet to 100 feet, what you're really choosing is how much you want to invest in prevention. So you have to ask yourself, what is the true value of that preventative monitoring backed by, a good warranty and a trial period when you weigh it against the catastrophic cost of cleanup and downtime from even a tiny leak? The different lengths aren't just a sales option. They're a tool for making sure the cost of prevention is always, always cheaper than the cure.